So before we get into the video, I just wanted to give a disclaimer out there. No, I do not fucking hate black people. I fucking love black people. I love all y'all out there. I love y'all, for infinity, to infinity, to infinity. You know what I'm saying? This video is in no way, shape, or form talking about the black community as a whole or bashing the black community as a whole. This is all off of my personal experience and what I have went through all my school, my elementary, middle school, and high school life. That's really it. And like I said, I love being black. I love being black. I love my race. I do. So please do not take this as nigga, do you hate black people? Do you hate us now? This and that. No, I don't. I love all y'all. I love every single one of y'all. So please do not sit here and think that, oh, I hate black people. I don't. And not only that, I realize that most of my videos just look bland or I look pale as hell. So we're just going to change that. There you go. That is so much better. Enjoy the video. Yo, we are back. We're finally back. We're finally back with the old setup. It's nighttime. We got the jewelry on, you know what I'm saying? Got the new necklace, skin glowing, pockets heavy, garage silly, house dumb. A little manifestation I had to do real quick, my bad. We are back at it again, y'all. What is up? I missed y'all so much with my procrastinating ass, with my lying ass, with all like I be lying like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you. I guess a little life update. So I've been trying to get my permit, my driving permit, bro. I failed the third time, but man, look, that day was just so much, man. So I could go to the gym today, but my mom's car ain't working, so it is what it is, though. You know, we gonna rock through it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna go get through this video. Finally, after a long time, we finally gonna get to this video. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, with that out the way, let's go ahead and get to the video. So today is going to be a pretty controversial topic to me. It's not big per se with other people, but it's big to me. And today we're going to be talking about the suburban black kid. That's me. I am the suburban black kid. Well, there's more out there, you know. I got friends, that were born in the suburbs and all that shit. Me personally, as being a black man that was born in the suburbs, the way that I was spoiled with love, and I was protected all my life. I used to be a Jehovah's Witness growing up, and I stopped doing all that when I was in I was in high school, and it was time for me to go on my own route. I wanted to, like, my grandparents always influenced me, be a Jehovah's Witness, be baptized, then you know what I'm saying, go to the headquarters, this and that, and with me it was like, why do I want to do I really want to do this, or do I want to make my grandparents proud? So it was like, I just wanted to make my grandparents proud. But with that comes a huge cost. You're being protected. One, you're not getting a lot of experience as a kid. That's the second. Third, you're really isolated because the friends that you're really supposed to have are supposed to be within the religion, not outside of it. No outsiders. It was hard growing up. Social skills was whack. It was bad, and throughout school it was just even more terrible because, like, I was trying to live a double life and all that, and with being a black kid that was born in a religious household, it's just not a good start. And you know, with mom being in various relationships, you know, all that shit, it was hard. It was hard. I've definitely learned from those, you know, experiences, the heartaches, the fucking, it was a lot. Being a black suburban kid, it's you have to use it to, in my 20 years of life, you have to use it to your advantage in a way. To what I mean by that is you have to, I believe you have to learn from other perspectives. Just because black people were in the hood doesn't mean that not all of them had terrible experiences. Most of them had terrible experiences growing up, but there was probably some that probably had, you know, good lives, you know, in college and all that, you know, hearing from a lot of perspectives, being in high school, being in college, you know, hearing stories and all that shit. It gave me more light of me being a black man, because I'll tell you this right now, it was hard accepting myself as a black person, because I was born in a all-white neighborhood, all-white school, went to all-white school in elementary school, and then until middle school, I went, that was from middle school to now, just all black schools. Being in these environments, growing up from middle school, it was more of a culture shock for me. I didn't understand black people. Growing up, I had to learn, like, you can't be doing this, you can't be doing that, you know, this and that, if you do this, then this will happen to you. It was trial and error. The shit that I did had consequences. There was this dude on TikTok. He was black. He was born in Japan. He had blue contacts. I'll put a picture of him right here. But this guy, if you've seen his video on how his perspectives of black people were.
Is it bad that I stem away from black people? And I feel like the reasons that I'm about to provide is extremely valid, at least to me. So the reason why I stem away from people of my own race is because they've always treated me so horribly growing up, and they made me feel like that I don't belong. Literally in school, I was always made fun of by black people for some reason. I was the target. Whether if you were white, Latin, Hispanic, Native American, Asian, it did not matter. Everyone of every race has welcomed me and made me feel like I was a part of them. They made me feel comfortable. They never had a problem with me. But with black people, I was always made fun of. I was turned down. I just never felt like I was a part of them. In school, the only time that they were ever nice to me was when they wanted to get answers from me whenever we were doing schoolwork or a test, just so that they can get a good grade on their assignment. Now, me being the nice shy kid trying to get out of my bubble, and they just never wanted anything to do with me. So in other words, they would use me and take advantage of me just to get a good grade for themselves, but never wanted anything to do with me outside of the classroom. Black people always made fun of me for hanging out with white kids. Black people always made fun of me for hanging out with the Latin and Hispanic kids. Black people always made fun of me for hanging out with the Asian. Black people always made fun of me for hanging out with goth and emo kids. Literally anybody of any race that I was hanging out with besides black, I was pushed down for. And to this day, I only have like 3 black friends.
I was like, nigga, this is some shit I'd say, you know, while I was in 7th grade, because I was so ignorant to what the fuck, why the fuck are we acting like this? But the thing is, what I've learned is that niggas were born in different situations. They weren't born in my situation. Not a lot of people have a loving mother. Not a lot of people is in their 20s still living with their mother, and their mother loving them so much to stay in the house, and learning that it was like that they don't want to act the way that they act. They were born in that environment, and because of the bullshit that they had to deal with, they had to be who they are. They had to be aggressive because people that were born in urban areas are looked at as more aggressive. The thing is, they have to be that way because of the shit that they had to go through as kids, or right now. People are crazy, you know. It ain't just black folk. It's a lot of folk out here that are crazy. White folk crazy. White folk, Asian, Mexican, all folk. It ain't just us. And the thing is, with what he was talking about, he was saying that because of the color of his skin, he did not like it so much to the point where he put on blue contacts.
And as much as I love the way that I look with them, I wear my contacts to cover my actual eye color because I always thought that my eye color was really ugly. And I know I need to learn how to love myself for who I am.
Fucking blue contacts. Because he hated his skin. And look, what he's saying is fucking wild. But I was the nigga that hated being black at one point. Because I was like, why am I being treated like shit by other black people? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? Da, da, da. And I realized it was because of the way, not because of the way I was born, but because the way I acted, or the way that I dressed, the way that I was. And everybody kept saying, because I remember like being in 7th grade, everybody was saying like, you know, nigga, you look ashy, nigga, you this, nigga, you that, you stink, da, da, da. Like niggas weren't saying that, either saying that to be, you know, to be petty, to be me, or niggas were, nigga, I really stunk. But, you know, growing up and learning it, it was like, it wasn't really their fault. Sometimes it'd be my fault. Yeah, you know, and the thing is, growing up and trying to love myself as a black person, it was hard. You know, being in majority black schools, I had to learn the hard way of why I should love myself. I can't put it into words what I've learned, but I'll definitely say this. I shouldn't be hating myself. You know, I shouldn't. At one point, I thought it was because of what I grew up to. And part of it is that because, you know, you're growing up in a society of where these people want you to hate. These people want you to hate yourself. They want you to think that, oh, because you are the way that you are, you're like them. But you are different. And I guarantee you what this dude was saying, a white dude probably said that and told him that you're not like the others. I didn't remember any white person ever telling me that, but it probably happened, probably not. I don't know. But I did remember, like, I always wanted to be different. And the thing is, because I couldn't fit in. That was the problem too. I couldn't fit in. I tried when I was in like 6th grade, but 7th grade I didn't want to fit in anymore. I was tired, I was depressed, I hated myself. I always went to the guidance counselor. Like, bro, it was hard. And I'm not saying that, and once again, this is my experience. I'm not saying this because I still hate myself. I love being a black person. My dating preferences is black woman. Y'all, have y'all ever seen a beautiful black woman, bro? Like, I see them every day. They my friends. They all around me. They probably in the gym, at school, at college. They all beautiful, bro. I want, you know, and I will get married to one. Mark my fucking words. I will be married to one. Believe that. But being in an area of where you really can't be who you are because you're with these people, it was hard. It was hard. But what this guy was fucking saying, he needs therapy, bro. I don't know why he even posted that shit. Because here's the thing. I can say the same shit too with having bad experiences with black people all my life, even in the white school, in the predominantly white schools, I was being bullied by black people. And that's really more so of a proximity problem, not with my problem, because that was more of a proximity problem when I started in middle school, when I was in the all black areas. But back then, I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that. There's so many. That's why I'm so fascinated with the question of why do black people hate black people? Because why? You know, it's deeply rooted though. You know, everybody's saying it's because of post-traumatic slave syndrome, but I believe that's just more. I believe that's envy or jealousy because of what a black person has the other black person doesn't have, and for that he will punish him because of how he feels. But that's a whole nother video that I'll be making. But yeah, that was my personal experience of being a suburban black person. Anyways, now the different types of suburbs. There are, in my opinion, these are all, and this is all my opinion, there are 3 suburbs. You got the all white suburb, you got the all black suburb, and then you got the mixed suburb. The all white suburb is where it's predominantly white. There's might be a sprinkle of black people, sprinkle of Latino, sprinkle of Asian. In that community, the black people, the black people, the Mexican people, you know, all the people that are colored, what they would say, they probably view themselves just like how I used to view myself. And they probably don't even like the color of their skin. Not saying all of them do. There's probably some of them that understand being in these types of environments. Is it really a good thing? Not really. But at the same time, you can't have majority of one race. That's just, it's just is what it is. Why do you think everybody is trying to move out the hood? But that moves on to the next one. All black suburbs. There's black suburbs, sprinkle, and then there's a sprinkle of white, sprinkle of like 25, like 30, 35% Latino, Latina, or Latins, Hispanics, and then you got the Asians, but then you got your sprinkle of white folk. And this is not too bad, because I was in the black suburb. I was both in the white and the black suburb. It's not too, you have to get used to it. It took me years to understand my own culture, to understand my own race and my own ethnicity. For those that don't know, I'm half Jamaican, and I'm proud of being a second generation Jamaican. I'm trying to learn more about it. You know what I'm saying? I cook food. I'm trying to cook food, trying to get into the music a little bit more. But anyways, the black suburb, like I said, having majority of one race is just not good, regardless of what it is, because there's always going to be, it doesn't matter if you're white, black, Asian, there's always somebody in your own community that looks at you differently, especially in the black community. I was looked at differently for years, and still am, but it's okay. You know, I understand, I know my place, I understand where I'm at, and I'm proud of where I'm at, because it could be worse. It could always be worse. You know, and I've definitely learned that through my friends, you know what I'm saying? You know, I appreciate all y'all. I love all y'all, man. And then you got your mixed. Now, mixed, you got everybody. You got your blacks, you got your whites, you got your Indians, you got everybody in the mix. And this is where diversity is good. You have all types of cultures from all types of places in one community, which is definitely good. It's something that you should want to live in. Before I get into this though, because I already know I probably offended people, just because you're being in one race doesn't mean that it's all bad. It's not all bad, you know, and I say that too because there's black people that are in the hood that are trying to get out. It is what it is. People want to get away from crime and all that, but like I said, it's a proximity. Of course you're going to have crime. Like, I understand, I get it, you know, and you should get out. Mixed race, there's really nothing, the mixed suburb, there's really nothing I can add to it, in my opinion, because it's just, you got everybody. You know, it's balanced, it's well balanced. That's what, in my opinion, that's what I think life is. It's a good balance of everybody and every folk. Why do some suburban black kids act hood? Niggas were saying that, oh yeah, nigga, I'm from East Baltimore, I'm from West Baltimore, nigga, what's good? And then, you know, nigga was born in Carroll County. You were in Carroll County. Nigga, you were in Westminster. You were in Frostburg, Maryland. You were in Ellicott City, like, you know. And you acting the way that you are because you are around that type of, you know, you're around black folk. Now you think you all this and that. You try to be all high and mighty. That shit's not good. I hate that shit. I personally hate it. Nigga, you were born in the suburbs. You weren't in the urban areas. You're not blood. You're not a Crip. You're not nothing. You are in the same place as me. Stay in your place. and understand that, because a lot of people that are in urban areas, I'm gonna stop saying hood. A lot of people that are in urban areas, they grew up to the shit. They either grew up to the shit, they were forced to, or they kept looking at it and then they said, fuck it, let me try it. The thing is, you just shouldn't strive to be like that. But the question is, why do they act like that? I think personally, it's because they want to be someone that they think that they can be. For example, I'd say Ja Morant, but I don't know where he was born at. But we'll use him for an example. Let's pretend that he was born in the suburb area. You get into the NBA, you toting and then since you all high and mighty and shit and think you all this and that, and then really you were born in the suburbs. Now you in the NBA, you fit, you're in a majority black sport, and because you think that the basketball community is about niggas acting disrespectful, with like vicious fouls and shit, pushing each other, just so, what I'm saying? Like, niggas trying to play street ball. Nigga, you didn't grow up to be anything like that. You thinking you him when you really not. That offends a lot of people that were actually born in those specific situations or the environment. You are the product of your environment, but you can always change. You always can always change. If you don't want to be that person no more, you don't need to be that person. But for you to strive to be that person is totally different. Like, what I'm saying? I'll leave that shit alone. I leave that shit out there for them, the ones that actually had to go through that shit. Sometimes it's in you to be the dude that was born in that environment. But then in reality, when you try to be like that, when you fuck around, you find out. Stop messing with that shit. Where you were born at. So stick with it. It's annoying. It's annoying for niggas like me to see that shit. And it's annoying for niggas that actually had to be born into that. It just doesn't make sense. And it's all really for popularity. But, like I said, once they fuck around, they gonna find out. I really dove into the topic of, do we hate our own skin? Because, like I said, I was talking about this person. It just took me years to understand my own skin color. To know that I matter, that I actually matter. I actually have a place in this earth, and, that's to sum it up with, with the topic on, my own skin color or everybody else's. But when it comes to everybody else, that were born in suburban areas, it's either it's a hit or miss. It's either they grew up to love their own skin color, or they grew up to hate it, and for the ones that grew up to hate it, and for this guy and for Candace Owens, they need to be with a black person that actually loves their own skin color. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I was definitely rambling on this part. But what I was saying about the Candace Owens, we need to come at them at a loving approach. Because here's the thing, think about it. They have the platform, and they most likely have white people on that platform. The more we bash them, the more power that they're going to have. And I think that, that ain't right. And not only that, I do believe that we need to question them, but I already talked about it in the rest of this segment. In case for us to ask certain questions, we need to have understanding of why they do the things that they do. Why did they say it? Why did, why? You also gotta let them know, try to answer these questions, but do not bash your own skin color. With me, it's all about understanding. It's all about, why do you think that? And if they think that because purely they just hate themselves, you can't save everybody. You just can't. I want to say, I really want to save them too, but I want to save them all, but I can't at the end of the day. You should really watch Thinkpiece Tribe's video on black conservatism. It is a really good video on what I was talking about. He sums it up really well. Shout out to him. Black people hating their own skin color, all that, and dives deeply into black conservatism and black politics. Check them out. Go watch that video. I'll put in the link in the description. Why are we so called weird? So for years I've been called weird, you know, multiple times, and the thing is, I could definitely see why. If I saw my past self, I'd probably beat the shit out of him. Because what the fuck are you thinking? The way that you dress, the way that you are, it was just, it was not it at all. And I could understand why. You know, I like the weird, if you know me, like, if you know me like that, I talk to myself a lot. I've been talking to myself for years, even in front of people, in class, everywhere. I don't know why. I just like doing it because I like having conversation with myself. I talk very proper. I don't talk like everybody that lives in urban areas. And I was in school with people that were in urban areas, and they talk with an accent. And like, I can say two instead of two. Honestly, when it comes to accent and all that, I can understand it. I can understand it easily. It's not bad, but then the same time, it's like I wish I had just a little bit of accent. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I really have an accent, but I try to talk like this so that I could feel cool, I guess. I don't know. I just talk like this naturally, though. There was a lot of shit that I was called weird for, and I could see that. There was some that I could understand, but there was some where I was like, nigga, you weird for calling me weird. I like this shit. Everybody likes this shit. Why the fuck you calling me weird? Hey, I don't know. It was probably because it didn't fit me. Hey, it is what it is, though. But I mean, everybody has their own style, their own TV shows that they like to watch. They probably read books. They probably meditate. They probably like pearl necklaces. Hey, look, be you. It's 2023. Be you. Be who you want to be. Leave niggas alone and stop calling niggas weird. Yeah, that is the end of this video. If you are not subscribed, subscribe right now. I'm at 42 subscribers. We're almost at 50. Yay. Anyways, it's been a hell of a night. Hell of a week, actually. My mom arguing in the back. Yeah. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.